Good afternoon. Welcome to this Committee of Adjustment hearings for panel number 2. We are a City of Ottawa quasi-judicial tribunal that holds public hearings to consider Planning Act applications, including minor variances to the zoning requirements and consents to sever land. Our hearings are now held in person at Ben Franklin Place, 101 Centrepoint Drive. We also enable remote participation by video conferencing for our registered speakers. We are live streaming on YouTube, and the video will be archived and available for future public viewing. My name is Fabien Poulin. I'll be chairing today's hearings, and you can address me by my name or as chair. And with me are my fellow panel members, Jay Baltz, George Barrett, Heather McLean, and Julianne Wright. The procedure for the hearings will be as follows. Listed on the agenda and appearing on screen from time to time are the applications we'll hear today. For the sake of efficiency, I may deal with agenda items in a different order. Panel members have reviewed the planning reports and any written submissions in support or in opposition to each of the applications. Today, we'll hear any oral submissions relating to the applications. As part of the statutory public notification requirements, each applicant was required to post a sign on the property in question before the hearing. They also had to confirm in writing that they did so, or they'll need to swear or affirm an oath today that they've fulfilled the sign posting requirements. Otherwise, we may have to adjourn or postpone the hearing. The panel may ask for a brief presentation of an application, followed by questions for the applicant and city planning staff. We will then hear from members of the public who have registered to speak, and we may have questions for them. Excuse me. Finally, the applicant, who has the burden of proof, will have an opportunity to make final comments and reply. Please address your comments to me as the chair, starting with your name and spelling it if necessary, and your municipal address for the record. All presentations are limited to 5 minutes. Any exceptions will be at my discretion. At the end of the hearing, the panel may either make an oral decision or we may reserve our decision, which means it won't be delivered today. In either case, and within 10 days, the Committee of Adjustment will send the official written decision and reasons for it to all parties, participants, and anyone else who has requested a copy. Does anyone have any questions about the procedure we'll be following today? No questions. Thank you. We have several applications to hear, but we first need to deal with some preliminary procedural matters. Are there any declarations of interest by any panel member? No. There are no declarations of interest. We have no minutes to confirm. Now move on to adjournment requests. So we have 2 requests for an applications to be adjourned. The first one is application number 3 having to do with 6719 Barsona. I'm looking for Mr. Hume, Mr. Peter Hume. Mr. Hume, are you available? You're muted. There you are.
I am, Mr. Chairman. Oh, I was. I am, Mr. Chairman.
Hi, thank you. We're just going to turn down the volume's pretty high in the chamber here.
Okay. Sorry.
I'll ask you in a minute to say something so we can get a volume test. Does that have to be good? Can you give us a test, Mr. Hume?
Yes. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the panel.
We're still kind of loud in here. Just give us a second. Can you give us a test again, Mr. Hume?
Sure. Good afternoon.
Oh, we're still really loud. No offense, but could you just not cough or laugh?
One more try, maybe.
Listen for a shot. Mr. Hume, could you say
Oh.
something?
Yeah, absolutely. Is that better?
We're having some difficulty down here. We're going to have to stay with that? Okay. We're going to have to bear with it. People in the audience, sorry for the inconvenience, but, okay, Mr. Hume.
Okay, now I'm having trouble hearing you, so I'm going to have to listen very carefully.
All right, so we have an adjournment request here
Yes.
for 6719. Are you in agreement with that adjournment request?
Mr. Chairman, we'd like the application to be adjourned to the March 3rd hearing,
Okay.
if that's possible. We'd like to meet with the RVCA and the city to understand the scope of what they're requesting, and then be able to come back to you and say, you can hear the application, or you'd adjourn it sine die at that point.
Okay. So I believe we have room on the next available hearing. I think that's March the 3rd, if I'm not
That's
wrong.
correct.
Okay. So great, that's fine. I'd just like to ask planning staff if they've got any comments to make about this adjournment request.
Planning staff do not have any further requests or concerns regarding the.
Do you agree with the adjournment request to March 3rd?
Planning staff do agree to it.
Is RVCA online?
Yes, Mr. Chair. I'm Stephen Bowen, a planner with RVCA.
Are you in agreement with the adjournment request to March 3rd?
Yeah, and we would be happy to meet with the proponent to discuss the noted study.
Panel, I'd like to ask you if you'd like to adjourn this application till March the 3rd. All those in favor, please raise your hands. Yep, so your application will be adjourned to March the 3rd. Thank you, Mr. Hume.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the panel.
Okay. The next application up for adjournment is item number 7, having to do with 3456 March Road. And I'm looking for Amrinder Kaur.
Good afternoon, panel. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. My name is Amrinder Kaur, and with me here is Yasmin Bahadri. We both are agents for the applicant, and our address is 2200 Thurston Drive.
And you are looking for an adjournment on this application?
That's correct. We have request from the OSSO, RVCF, regarding a septic drawing for the lot, and the planning staff has also raised some concerns. So we are looking forward to have discussions regarding those.
Okay, and we're going to adjourn this application sine die?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'd like to ask our planning staff, the city's planning staff, Elizabeth King, if you've got any comments to make about the adjournment request.
No concerns for the adjournment request.
Thank you. Panel, would you like to adjourn this application sine die? All those in favor, please raise your hands. Your application is adjourned sine die. Thank you very much.
you.
There's a hand raised. Yes, sir.
My name is.
Would you like to come down to the speaker's chair? You need to press the button on the right-hand side and it'll turn.
Yeah.
Sir, you need to press the button on the right-hand side of the console and it'll turn green. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. My name is Harpal Butler. I am the next door neighbor, 6715 Barsola Place. So I have two questions. How long will it take for the project to complete? Number one. Number two, what will be the kind of noise level which we expect from this construction going on for maybe a year or so?
We don't have any answers to those questions, sir, and we were just dealing today with the adjournment request. So this hearing has been adjourned sine die, which means it'll be adjourned to a later date. We don't have that date today.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair, he's speaking to 6719 Barcelona. It was adjourned to March 3rd.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I,
So I'm the next door neighbor and if the builder is here or the person who will be building the houses, this is what we came for.
yes, well, there won't be addressed today. It's been adjourned to March the 3rd. So we'll be addressing this application on March the 3rd.
Okay.
And you can come back then, and if you'd like to make your comments to us at that time, we'd be happy to hear them.
So we can come on March 3rd to ask questions.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Merci beaucoup.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to our unopposed agenda. And for an application to be on the unopposed agenda, it needs to qualify with the following comments. No objections or concerns from the parties, the applicant, the city, or the public. There are no amendments required. No registered speakers. Sign posting declaration has been received. The applicant or their agent has confirmed that they agree with all requested conditions, if there are any, and no questions from the panelists. The first application on this agenda is application number 1, having to do with 99 Field Row Street and 98 Norris. I'd like to ask the public if there are any persons in the public that would like to ask any questions or have any comments. No one from the public. Would like to ask the panel if they would like to approve this application. All those in favor, please raise your hands. This application has been approved. The next application up as an unopposed application is application number 4, having to do with 109 Point Prim. I'd like to ask if there's anyone from the public that has any comments to make or questions to ask about this application. No one from the public. I'd like to ask panel if they approve of this application. All those in favor? This application has been approved. Next application up for as an unopposed application is 11 Cassone. Is there anyone from the public that'd like to make some comments with or ask questions about 11 Cassone? No questions from the public. Panel, would you like to approve this application? All those in favor, raise your hands. Application number 5 has been approved. Now we'll proceed with the items that we have on our agenda today. The first item is item number 2, having to do with 2548 St-Joseph Boulevard. I'm looking for Mohammed Saadouni. Come on down, sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Chair and member of committee.
Would you like to give us a brief explanation of your application today?
Yeah, Mr. Chair. We are seeking relief to reduce the required parking from 17 spaces to 9 spaces in order to permit the conversion of an existing commercial building into a French bakery with accessory cafe use. We would like to emphasize that this is not a new development. There is no building expansion, no additional footprint, no change to site access or traffic circulation. The project involves interior renovations only within an existing standalone commercial building. Importantly, all technical departments have reviewed the application planning has no concerns. Right-of-way management indicated reduced parking is acceptable. And no objection were raised by other agencies. From a technical standpoint, the proposal is supportable. So what you see there, it's the parking lot, and the second picture, it's showing the bakery inside bakery once it's gonna be renovated. Next slide, please. Now regarding the parking requirement, although the city zoning classification places this use under restaurant, the actual operating model is fundamentally different. This is primarily a bakery-focused business, not full service restaurant. The operation will consist mainly of specialty breads, viennoiserie, pâtisseries, take-home bakery goods, and frozen prepared foods. There will be no on-site cooked meal preparation, no full kitchen, and no traditional restaurant-style dining model. The majority of customers will be takeout with short visit duration. A high customer turnover, limited on-site seating, small staff presence. This creates a parking demand pattern that is very different from a sit-down restaurant where customers remain for extended periods. We understand our neighbors' concern regarding customer potentially using his private parking spaces. We want to be very clear that we respect private property, and we have no intention of encouraging or allowing our customers to park on neighboring lots. We are located near public transit. In addition, we are fortunate that we are in a walkable area. As we mentioned earlier, the nature of a bakery business involves short visits. Typically, customers stop in briefly for coffee or baked goods and leave. Providing 9-wheel designed parking spaces appropriately reflects the true operational demand while maintaining safe site circulation and functionality. For these reasons, we respectfully request the committee's approval of our requested minor variance application. Thank you for time, and we would be glad to answer any question.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Barrett, do you have any questions for the applicant? Okay. Miss Right. You have any questions?
No, I don't.
Ms. McLean?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Could you tell me, how, you said limited seating, how many seats are, do you
30
propose?
seat.
How many?
30.
30?
Yeah.
And can you tell me your hours of operation, roughly?
Yeah, it's gonna be from 7 to 8.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Baltz? So the present, how many parking spaces do you have today?
We have 9.
9 today?
Yes,
And we go by the zoning, how many should you have?
17.
17?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
And-
this is, they consider if we are a restaurant. We are not a restaurant, we are a bakery.
But you have 30 seats.
Yes, we have 30 seats, but it's a bakery. It's not a restaurant. Restaurant, usually they will take time. You come and there is a food preparation. It will take hour for maybe 1 hour or 2 hours for a customer to sit in the restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's it operating as now?
Sorry?
What's the space used for today?
Today, we are not functioning now. We still,
Is there somebody renting that space today?
yes, we are renting the space.
Okay.
And we want to renovate the place to make it a bakery.
And you, what type of business do you have right now? You are a bakery?
Yes, we are a bakery.
Do you operate there now?
No,
Okay.
no,
So who operates there now?
no one.
No one. Okay.
Yeah, we got that property since August. We are paying rent and we want to convert that commercial space to bakery.
Okay. Are you having any outdoor seating?
No, we don't have.
Okay. No plans to have outdoor seating?
For now, no.
Okay, now I'd like to ask planning staff, Mr. Dylan Geldart, to make some comments about this application.
No, thank you, Mr. Chair. For many of the reasons that the applicant discussed, staff, are supportive of the variance that's being requested today. So the property is designated Main Street corridor. And is also located within the Orleans Corridor Secondary Plan, where the purpose is to facilitate commercial development along some of these main streets. It's located next to a residential neighborhood. There's also has access to existing bus lines and will be accessible via the new east extension of the LRT. For many of the reasons listed, if there were no seats or anything proposed within the existing building, there would be no requirement for parking or there would only be a requirement for 5 vehicular parking spaces. But through conversations with building code services, given the 30 seats that are going to be located in the building, we felt it would be more appropriate to designate this as a restaurant, which has a higher parking minimum, which is why the applicant is here today.
Okay. Question I have for you is like the 30 seats, if people come 2 by car, then 15 parking spaces you're going to need if the place gets full. If it's only 2/3 full, that's 10 parking spaces they're going to need.
Yeah, and again, that's assuming that everyone is taking a private vehicle to get here. Like I said, there's existing residential neighborhoods are established. There's public transportation in the area, and then the official plan. The new official plan discourages, enlarging the amount of space on a lot for parking purposes. So the new zoning bylaw that was approved by council but is not in effect will actually not require any parking on site at all for this development.
My questions are probably addressed more because we've received some comments from the public. So how many, have you been told how many staff they're going to have at peak times? So that'll take up parking spaces too, is my comment.
Yeah. So to maximum, it's 2 or 3. This is
2 or 3
Yeah.
people. Okay. Plus people visiting
Yeah.
your place. Okay. Mr. Barrett, do you have any questions for the applicant, for the planning staff?
No, I don't.
Is right?
No, I don't.
Okay, Mr. McQueen, Mr. Bolts.
So, Mr. Geldart, if we approve this today, and then that would then apply to any restaurant use at this site in perpetuity. So if this changes to a full-service restaurant, it would still have a requirement for 9, not 17. Is that true?
Yeah, that would be my understanding. So unless they were changing the footprint of the building to for another residential use, that would trigger additional parking requirements. But my understanding is that we could see a change of use application, and as long as they're not changing the footprint of the building, then the variance would stick with the land.
So isn't there then a concern that if the analysis is based on this being a bakery with seating rather than a real restaurant, but then sometime it could just convert to a real restaurant and we would have not enough parking?
Yeah, so no, that's a great question. So 2 points on that. We're only going to contemplate the application that's before us, which is a bakery and not any type of future use. Then the second part to that is the direction of the new zoning bylaw that's been approved by council is that there are no minimum parking requirements for restaurants.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now I'd like to move on to the public and see if the public has any comments to make or have any questions to ask on this application. Anyone in the chamber? In person? Is there anyone online? No, no one online? Great. Okay, sir, I'd like to ask you if you'd like to give us the last word. You can reply to any comments or sum up as you'd like.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to ask the panel now if they would like to reserve on this application. All those in favor, raise your hands. Oh, panel member Barrett wants to ask a question.
Through you, Mr. Chair, to staff, with regards to parking on St-Jean Street, is there on-street parking on St-Jean? Just as a, or maybe the applicant can answer that question.
I don't think there is a parking on St-Joseph. You can park on St-Joseph Boulevard, but just on the other side, few steps from our place, there is a metered parking where you can park and pay.
Just clarify with staff on that. Is there parking on St-Jean Street, which is the corner, right at the corner of the proposed restaurant?
Yeah, through you, Mr. Chair. I'm just looking now, and this didn't come up through our discussions with our interdepartmental review. So looking at Google Images, I don't see any parking signs on St-Jean Street that would limit on-street parking.
Thank you.
Okay. Any further questions from the panel? No? Okay, I'd like to ask the panel if they'd like to reserve on this application. All those in favor, please raise your hand. This application will be reserved and we'll give you our answer in writing within 10 days, sir. Thank you very much for your time. Okay. Okay, so our next application we'll hear today is item number 6, having to do with 6003 Perth. And I'm looking for Allison Clark. Are you in-house? Oh, you're remote.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ms. Clark. Would you like to give us a brief description of your application today?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Allison Clark. I'm speaking on behalf of the owner of 6003 Perth Street. The property owner is proposing to sever the subject property into 3 parcels, all fronting onto Perth Street within the village of Richmond. 2 dwellings exist on the property today. One is municipally addressed as 6003 Perth Street and is in a dilapidated state that has to be demolished. And then there is a protected heritage house at 6019 Perth Street, which will be preserved. So the first application submitted severs part 1 and 2 from part 3, and the second application severs part 2 from part 1. The intent with this application is to ultimately sell or lease the land for commercial development in accordance with the existing zoning on the property. The subject property resides within the village core land use designation in the OP and the village commercial designation in the Richmond secondary plan. The subject property is zoned rural commercial subzone 11 in the City of Ottawa zoning bylaw. And the proposed severance sizes adhere to the policies and provisions in place for both the rural commercial designation in the City of Ottawa OP and the existing zoning. I'll note that Planning, Development and Building Services Department has no concerns with the application and that they reviewed it in relation to the criteria listed in Section 51, subsection 24 of the Planning Act and have no concerns. We did note some community concerns that were received on this application. With regards to the sort of proposed commercial uses, if you will, within a residential area. It's important to note that the property is zoned to permit rural commercial uses today. And in fact, a zoning bylaw amendment would have to be sought if we wanted to propose residential uses as they sort of requested in their comments. The intention of the owner is to develop the site in accordance with the rural commercial zoning. That said, the application today is just to sever the land. So when it does come time to proposing any sort of development, a site plan application will have to be sought and consideration will be undertaken for the existing residential units through that process, you know, be it through their feedback, setbacks, landscaping, etc. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. I'd like to ask the panel if they've got some questions for the applicant. Mr. Baltz? No. Ms. McLean? No. Ms. Wright? No. Mr. Barrett? No. No questions from the panel. Now I'd like to move on to planning staff and Dylan Geldart. Can you give us some comments or give us a on your application or on this application?
I don't have any further comments, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Mr. Baltz, do you have any questions for planning staff?
No.
Ms. McLean?
No.
Ms. Wright? No. No. Mr. Barrett? No. No questions. Great. Okay, now I'd like to see if there's anyone from the public that would like to ask any questions. Anyone from within the chamber? Anyone remotely online? No. No questions from the public? Okay. Then, Ms. Clark, if you'd like to go ahead and wrap up and give us your final word, that'd be great.
I don't think I have anything further to add. Zoning compliant consent in conformance with the OP and the secondary plan enrichment. And as mentioned, any future development would be subject to additional site plan applications, and certainly public consultation will be undertaken at that time.
Thank you very much. Okay, panel, I'd like to ask you if you'd like to reserve on this application. All those in favor, please raise your hands. This application will be reserved and we'll get you our answer in about 10 days. Thank you very much. I don't believe. Thank you. I don't believe there's any other applications for us to hear today. Therefore, I'd like to adjourn the meeting. Thank you all for your help today and see you in a couple of weeks.